Faith is a gift. Determination is a gift. Persistence is a gift. Sitting back up, falling off a horse and getting back on the horse. This is a gift. Many lifetimes later, somehow this has to relax us from I have to figure it out. I have to navigate. I have to do. Where it should take us, is let me play this fully. So last time, Mala, we left off at
18 we finished, Didi.
18th, correct. So let's chant 19 through where Gurudev left off, which was 23. Chant all those and we'll cover those verses. All right?
Bahunam janmam namanti ज्ञानवान् मां प्रपद्यते वासुदेवः सर्वमिति समहात्मा सुदुर्लभः कामैस्तैस्तैर्हृतज्ञानां प्रपद्यन्तेऽन्यदेवताः तं तं नियममास्थाय प्रकृत्या नियता स्वया यो यो यां तनुं भक्तः श्रद्धयार्चितुमिच्छति तस्य तस्याचलां श्रद्धां तामेव विदधाम्यहम् सतया श्रद्धया युक्तस्तस्याराधनमीहते लभते च ततः कामान् मयैव विहितान् हितान् अन्तवत्तु फलं तेषां तद्भवत्यल्पमेधसां देवान् देवयजो यान्ति मद्भक्ता यान्ति मामपि.
Okay. Chapter 7, verse 19. In the very last of all birth, the enlightened person worships me by realizing that all this is God. Such a great soul is very rare indeed. So it's just important to remind ourselves, Lord Krishna is speaking as Paramatma, right? He's speaking as Paramatma, and he's saying that in the very end, the one who is the fourth type of devotee, free of desires, free of wanting, free, Gurudev said something in the very beginning. If you fight existence, you can never reach the self because existence and God are one. Remember that? The very beginning of the video, he said that. So one who is, for lack of a better word, in acceptance for life as it is, neither craving or in aversion, wanting or resisting, playing the game fully, but not I like, I dislike, this should be, this should not be, this is wrong, this is right, not like that. Fully in alignment with knowing this is all He, this is all the Creator's gift. If you move from that, that is the fourth type of devotee. He's basically talking about when you're enlightened, you merge into the Paramatma. That's how I read that fourth type of devotee. One who is free. At the end of all the different lives, what happens? That being merges into Param Shakti, Param Atma. That clear? So just a reminder that Krishna Bhagavan is speaking as Paramatma. Yeah. Verse 20, those whose wisdom has been carried away by various desires, being prompted by their own nature, worship other deities, adopting norms relating to each. So now we're talking about one of the other of the four, one of the other three devotees. Based on our nature, our gunas, our vasanas, our karma, what do? We have desires. And then we want those things and we pray to different energies, different deities. You know, this notion of faith is a gift of the being. Forget the word faith for right now. Okay, look into life, just pure, simple layman's terminology. We're not on spiritual path. We're not talking about the guru, just in life. If you notice, some people are so determined about what they want to do in life, whether it's a job or a career or a relationship or climb a mountain or swim across the ocean. You notice some people have this determination, this quality of I don't care what happens, no matter what happens, they never lose track of their goal and they're very sure they're going to achieve it. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? They just know. I knew always I'm going to be a great actor. I saw a movie when I was 5 years old. My grandfather took me, and I knew this is what I want to do. I want to be an actor or athletics or business, whatever it is. We don't use the word faith here, but it's the same quality. This is a gift because many people wonder, well, how did you know? How do you stay so determined? How do you, no matter what happens, never lose track of your goal? Look at you, think of Olympiads. You don't have to think that far, but I'm just giving an example. Morning, noon, and night, we can think it's the discipline that the parents give and the insistence and the support and the push that parents give, but a lot of parents give that. Not every child stays committed, correct? Not every child says, I'm going to do it and falls off, the uneven bars in gymnastics and gets back up and again and again and again. We call this determination, but another word for it would be what? Faith. It's innate to us. Maybe that's a different word for what Gurudev is saying. It is a gift. That child, that parent, that situation, that circumstance, that opportunity lines itself where what was innate, what was within that being as a gift flowers, comes through. We just don't realize it. And the object eventually changes potentially. We move from determined, committed, focused, give it all to get my business to something else. And then the fourth type of devotee, where is their devotion? They want nothing. They just see life for what it is in its larger context with the sense that I'm being moved in life. I'm in the flow of the river. I want nothing. I do nothing because all actions are being run through me, though it appears as if I am doing it. I just said a mouthful. Did you hear what I just said? It appears like I am doing something, choosing something, wanting something, fulfilling something. The person who is so determined can then say, I was so focused. I just knew I had to do it and I did it. And then if you talk to them a little bit, they'll say to you, in the end, I don't know. Something was just moving me. I don't know. I see sometimes a reel where some runner in some track and field, they fall down from cramps and aches and pain, and they still somehow get up and they just still cross that line, though their legs almost seem broken. Have you seen such reels? It seems like an impossibility. And maybe another runner comes along and helps that person, and they cross the finish line together. This person is also determined. But you see, the desire to win, the desire to cross the line is secondary. They're just playing the game. They're walking through that race with that person. And then somehow they both cross the line and they both, raise their hand. Whereas one is, I want to win, I want something. And then that other person is, I'm playing this game. I give it my all. And of course, I want to win, but it's not my identity. I'm not caught up in I did it or didn't do it. They pause. the nature of that love, of that quality of surrender, you can say, moves with them. It's a gift because in that moment, you cannot have planned that. Yes or no? You cannot have planned that, oh, when I'm running, if I see a fellow teammate or a competitor falling down, I'm going to stop and pick them up. Can you plan that? Nobody plans that. It's a gift. Faith is a gift. Determination is a gift. Persistence is a gift. Sitting back up, falling off a horse and getting back on the horse. This is a gift. And what Lord Krishna as Paramatma is saying, I do not judge one better than the other. What? They move from one to another. No, they naturally move from I want relief. When they have relief, then something else opens up. And then they move and then they move until what is it? Just pure movement through life. That person reaches me and me alone. There's nowhere else to go. Where else are they going to go? Are you hearing this? So beautiful, 21. Whatever celestial form a devotee, craving for some worldly object, chooses to worship with reverence, I stabilize the faith of that particular devotee in that very form. So even if you want greater possessions in the world, you want relief from some challenge, I know I'll get it. Okay, I finally will find relief. I'm going to get through it. I got the right medicine. I met the right guru. I did the right course. Whatever it is, that faith comes from whom? It's a gift from Paramatma himself. We use the word faith, but you can use any of these other words. No, and the more ones I'm going to, it doesn't matter. This will also pass. I have some physical challenge, some family problem, some financial problem. This will also pass. That remembrance, that faith, that commitment, that focus comes from something higher makes that thing move that much faster. That is what's being said here. Again, it's Paramatma speaking. All right? Remembering that. Endowed with such faith, he worships that particular deity and obtains through that deity, without doubt, his desired enjoyments as verily obtained by me. It's again, it's in a different way saying the same thing. The faith is a gift. And when one is focused, clear, committed, certain, knows this will pass, knows there's something more, they reach me and me alone. They get what they desire, but in the end, they continue their journey to move towards the higher degree of focus, commitment, persistence. You can use any of those words. Are you hearing me? Yes? The fruit gained by these people of small understanding, however, is perishable, meaning it's temporary, it's short lived. You get over one problem, there's some other problem that sticks its cobra head out, isn't it? This is life. You finally got something resolved, some other thing sneaks up. It doesn't matter what it is. It's family, it's business, it could be seva. Don't you notice? You get one thing resolved, in your seva, you figure out, this is what I need to do for, I don't know, as a CTO. I need to solve this thing. And then some other thing comes in. Maybe different players come in. Maybe they create headaches because they want to go through a different direction or a different plan. It never ends. That is what Lord Krishna is saying here. No? So the other three, the first three devotees, they will get what they want. But it never ends. It's temporary. You'll move on to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And in that process, we evolve to recognizing, oh, there's more. There's something else. To I want nothing. I'm here, chess piece. Somebody else is playing the game. I'm just being moved like any other chess piece on this board. Nothing more valuable, nothing less. Just being moved on the chessboard. You know? The fruit gained by these people of small understanding means narrowed focus, lost in matter, materiality, thinking this will give me fulfillment, that will give me fulfillment, until the fourth type of devotee, they realize the game of fulfillment is not in obtaining anything, it's just in being. We rewire fulfillment as an understanding. We redefine it, rewire what that means. And that's happening. Can you look back in your own life when you first discovered the internal journey to where you are today? Isn't that getting more and more refined in some way where you're still doing what you want? You're in the world, going for things, family, friends, work, business, but something else is there. You do not define you as that. You know that is not the end goal. And if you don't know it, a big problem shows up to remind you, because designed in the universe by God's great love is a reminder to go back to yourself. Go back to yourself, the higher self. Remember, I told you, when everything is hunky dory, nobody looks inward. Or if we do, it's very superficial. Or if we do, it's not just superficial, but there's a sense that I know. There's a sense that I know and I can help somebody else. Who is helping who? No? Time comes. 35 years ago, did I, go teach? Okay, I know that this is grace. I know this is Gurudev's thing, but still the mind is like, oh, I'm going to go help people. Oh, the course was so good. Yes, and then we say the course was so great, Gurudev and grace, but there's some part of you that's buying into being a part of that result. Yes or no? It buys into it. But as time has passed, 30, 35 years, 3 years, depends on the person, some time passes, and then you realize, I don't know anything. And I don't really know what I do or don't do. And even when my logical, rational mind does not want to do, I get brought into that situation to show up, to be an instrument somehow, to mouth what has to be or do what has to be, isn't it? It's not somehow we start to realize from where we started to now, there's a bigger picture at play. We redefine the journey of life while we live the full journey of life. It's not about overthinking. It's not about overfiguring. It's not about being hyper vigilant about what I do or don't do. I think Vishal had sent me an article some time back, which I did read. And I think the title was Winning Eats Spirituality for Breakfast, a play off of the corporate line about culture. And basically it's talking about, it's an article that's got lots of gaps, but broadly speaking, it's talking about how we as human beings are designed to win and wanting to win, and how spiritual path becomes a place that we also want to win. I became egoless, or I am surrendered, like Gurudev was saying earlier. I am so devoted. There's a milestone that we're always trying to reach. And it's talking about how on the path of spirituality, because the goal is not that concrete, you cannot play by the same rules, we become hyper vigilant about trying to fix ourselves to reach that goal. Are you with me? You know? And we start to realize as we go further and further in life, no, I play the game fully as a play, as a game. I enjoy it. I learn to go through the ups and downs without judging myself or beating myself up or somebody else. I get back on the horse again. That's faith. That's determination. That's the play of life. And we see that that's something that happens. The worshiper of gods attain the gods, whereas my devotees, whosoever they worship, me, eventually come to me and me alone. They don't want anything. No, they're there. This is how life is. They play the game of life. They see there's something greater, bigger, higher behind everything that happens. And they say, I'm going to play this role fully. Impress the director, win the Academy Award, so to speak. What is the Academy Award? God Himself saying, oh, come, come, come. Lifetime Achievement Award. That's what you get, at the end. Okay. We'll stop here because Gurudev has stopped there. Verse 24, Mala, is where we will be next time, and I think that will complete chapter 7. We have a few more minutes. Any thoughts, questions, comments, anything? Anybody? Yes, Shafali, go ahead.
Heidi. So, Gurudev, in the very starting of the video, said that we don't have to fight the existence, right? So, but there are times when, like, I'm getting sleep, but I have to listen to knowledge. So, I'm kind of fighting with the nature that no, this is what I have to listen to. Is that not a fight with Prakriti?
Yeah. So go to sleep.
But then I lose on the knowledge.
No,
Like,
no, see, you see, there's a gain. This is the winning mind. Do you see? I will gain something, I will lose something. Oh, I'm just saying there's not faith itself is a gift. What are we going to gain or lose? Don't you notice? And then we say, yes, when we're tired, quote, faith goes down, doubt increases. Don't we? We have all our logic set up. And at some point, that logic starts to break down. Go to sleep. You will lose nothing, gain nothing. Don't worry about it. I belong to you. This one knowledge is enough to last us a lifetime. More knowledge, new knowledge, more courses. The last Sanyam course, Gurudev blasted everybody. Why are you all here? How much more do you want? Haven't I given you enough that you're showing up here again? Sanyam 2. And then if you don't go, oh, I'm giving you so much knowledge, so many things, but no, you don't want to come. You can't win in this, is the point I'm trying to make.
okay.
He started the last Sanyam course. They all came. And, oh, you're all excited. Yes, you want, yes. What you all want more? I have given you so much. You are not digesting it. Now you want more. When will you stop wanting more? The mind that is then trying to achieve good, bad, right, wrong will go on a trip. Oh, I didn't digest. I had no. Let him have his Leela and you be part of that Leela. Play the game. When you play shoots and ladders with your kids or the game of life with your kids or nephews, you play. You don't go, but the kid doesn't play like you do. The kid is caught up in every shoot and every ladder that it has to go up and down. Do you follow what I'm saying? He says that, and you say, "Oh, look his Leela. Look at the joy of this in this." No, and if you didn't go, you're gonna get. Why didn't you come? Oh, you are here. You did not come. Why you did not come? Huh? Say, oh, see his Leela. But he was just saying, don't. Your rationale has no place here. See, the thing is, there's two things. Human beings, we divide life into many layers. There's a rich man, there's a poor man, there's a student, there's a teacher, there is, male, there's female, everything divide, 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 divide. But there's really just two, one who looks in and one who looks out. And there's only two things that drive this. For the world, you need your logic, your rationale, and all of that to maneuver. Move the chess piece. But how much a chess piece can move, this is fixed. If you're a pawn, you go diagonal. Correct? If you're the castle, you go straight. You cannot go diagonal. You go horizontal. You go straight. It's fixed. Do you see? But each one has their own character. So in the world, when you have to manage business and family and look at how you drive and which directions to go, you need to use the thought processes, the faculty of thinking, intellect and mind. Are we clear? But this journey that place doesn't belong there. It doesn't belong there. When you have a 6 month old baby, no amount of your buddhi is going to help you to raise that child at the age of 6 months. You can't show up with, listen, sweetheart, I need you to have hunger at 12 noon and at 4 o'clock, and your last feeding, I'm just telling you, 9 o'clock because I got to sleep. And it's not good for your digestion. It'll help. Can you use any of these? No, but the mother goes crazy. Why? This baby is hungry now. I need to sleep. The baby has its niyam, its rules, its gunas, its activity. You play that game. Do you see? There's no logic or rationale there.
Yeah.
You follow me? So
Mm-hmm.
you don't bring the two things into, you cannot exchange it. A 4 month old baby is a 4 month old baby. Oh, I just cleaned your diapers. Now you see, I gave you that, and now you messed up the diapers again. And dude, it smells horrible. Nothing gonna change in that. That this does not apply there. So there's only two categories, out and in. Human beings for this purposes, all right? Am I clear? From
Yeah.
Paramatma's perspective, there's just those two. And out there is logic and rationale, and I want and I don't want, and da da da. And if you're looking here, which you are, if you're sitting in front of this book and we're in this discussion listening to Gurudev, we are not in that realm. We are in another realm. Something else applies there. But our mind wants to put the two together and make sense. Winning eats spirituality for breakfast. You get that? The mind finds its way again and again because we are hardwired to achieve. And in this game, the internal game, we have to get hardwired to let go, to give up. No? Question.
Yeah.
Should you go ahead?
Yeah. Thanks, Rajshree. Actually, you answered my question already. But so even if we are not in this game to win, right? If we don't care about winning, how do we even like you say use the word navigate? How do you even navigate, right? I say I don't know how to move my chess piece, right? How do we even do that given that
Person playing the chess game do it. Simple instructions are there. Meditate, do your sadhana, eat well, rest well, and then there's this ultimate mantra, relax. It's all being done for you. You don't have to navigate. That's the point that ultimately is being said in those last 5, 6 verses. The word faith comes again and again, and he points it back to I am the person who gives faith. No, you can't do anything. I'm so devoted, as Gurudev said. What, you are devoted? No. "Oh, I went to do Sayam. I did this thing. What are you talking about? No. But it's a journey. We don't get from, it's many lifetimes later that fourth type of devotee comes to me and only me. Many lifetimes, not many courses, not
Mhm.
many years, no,
Mhm.
many lifetimes later, we go and we end up, quote, on the path simply because we're just there. Simply because we're just there, you're just behind the wheel and the car is moved and there's maybe traffic in front, maybe there's clear free. You're just there. Okay, many lifetimes later, somehow this has to relax us from I have to figure it out, I have to navigate, I have to do. Where it should take us, use the word should with an underlined, is let me play this fully. When I'm in the world, let me play. And when I'm here, let me love as much as I possibly can. Instead of preserving, protecting, wanting, winning, losing, measuring, am I not? No. Honestly, so many people wrote, after Gurudev's statement about, oh, what more do you want? I've given you so much. Didi Guruji said this, I don't know what to do. Like, why don't you just sit there and enjoy his game? It's a Leela. Okay, yeah, that's how it is. But no, we have to fix it. He said something, I have to fix it. You can't fix anything. No? All right. Vishal, yeah, last question. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
So this is great. I wanted to, in my mind, correlate this with the dreamer and the dream analogy. And I think you touched upon it, in the last session where you said the sattva, rajas, and tamas, they somehow move or kind of animate everybody. But in my mind, whatever you're saying is one side, and then I'm not able to connect it to the dreamer and the dream analogy. It,
Piece. Which
sorry?
which piece are you
Like
able
Like,
to?
for example, everything that you're saying, everything that you covered in this session, right? Which is there's the inner journey and the outer journey. And in the outer journey, we use our logic, rationale, whatever we have to do. And then in our inner journey, we are just, we're not really functioning by our logic or intellect.
So
So
let me start with this one statement. Not one analogy works for all of the knowledge. So that's the first
yeah,
cut, correct?
yeah,
Different places, we have to use different metaphors for one simple reason. We are talking about what's not speakable. We are describing what's not describable. We are putting words to what has no ears or mouth. Are you hearing what I'm saying to you? So there is a limitation. But having said that, if you narrow down what I'm about to say, when you're not dreaming, the Vishal that's active in what quote is the real world, Vishal has time, effort, and energy in what he does or doesn't do. Correct? He
yeah,
uses his intellect, he gets in the car, he makes a plan, he does all those things, and there is an actual experience of effort, intellect, physical, emotional effort, correct?
yeah,
In real time, stretched from 8 to 9, 9 to 10, so on and so forth. Your dream has no effort, no energy. It's all a happening and it unfolds fully. Consider the dream the internal journey towards the higher self, and consider your daily activity your external. If you notice, spontaneously activity arises in the dream. Thought, ideas, activity, um, send, everything is arising
yeah,
a dream. There is no doer there.
yeah,
There's no doer there. It's all being given by the creator at rest. You, the creator, the dreamer. It's all erupting from nothing, from relaxing, from doing nothing, from just being. Are you all hearing me? Metaphorically speaking, does this make
yeah,
sense to you? It's just
yeah,
acting. There's no doer there. Nothing is faith or doubt or whatever. It's just this game. And the characters play it fully, fully. In quote, real life, in this material world, we still have a doer. It's very hard for us to step out of the way and just play like I talked to you about shoots and ladders with children. You play game of life, the game Sorry or whatever game boards are out there. I know I'm dating myself because I don't know the current game world and whatever it is. When you play with a child, even on a PlayStation, you play, you enjoy, you even have an up and a down. Okay, but you're not caught in it. You're not caught in it. Even when the child is an adult, let alone the 6 month or the 4 month examples I'm giving you, even when they are 18, 20 years old, you don't play in the same way. because the PlayStation is a strong identity of doing to that 22-year-old. But you, the 50-year-old, the identity is not of doing there in the same way. There's some distance. You allow allow the activity, the actions to unfold in that game without being a big doer. Do you understand this? This, so this does, we do have clear examples and experience in life where something just happened and you didn't do anything. It just unfolded in front of you and you watched it from a distance and you go with a state of wonder and say, I don't know. I don't know, Supriya. This just came up and it just happened. And, those of you who are in that creative space, whether it sounds a little odd to say, but like technology, there's so much creative space where you have to add up 1 and 1 into 3, where you somehow with all your rationale and logic and whatever it takes to direct a program, if I'm using that word correctly, where you have to go from A to B and program that and make sure that happens. You notice that it happens often. The eureka moments come. And that recognition that, oh, activity is happening through me by itself based on the gunas, just like it does in a dream. It happens here. I just don't clearly recognize it because I'm not relaxed. See, in sleep, you're relaxed. The very definition of sleep. Because I'm not relaxed. That's why I said the highest mantra, to Shafali's question is relax. Go to sleep if you have to sleep. You lose nothing. This lightness of being in life makes more being blossom. You see?
Yeah.
I don't know if that became heavy in saying lightness of being. That sounds really, but the logic, the intellect wants answers. And part of this yoga is that we satisfy the intellect. Intellect wants to accept. And when it can accept, it quiets, and then something else sneaks in. Some life force sneaks in, and that says, okay, yeah, okay. In the end, that's the only end game is, okay, yeah, oh, okay. And then you arrive at that sort of huggable state. I don't know what else to call it, so I just say that. No? All right. Jai Gurudev. God bless. Rest well.
Happy New Year, Didi.
Happy New Year. Happy Diwali, everybody. Sparks. It's just a reminder. I am the light. I just need to explode out of here from time to time, this thing called the head. And then what remains is sparks of light. I love fireworks. I'm sure everybody does, but fireworks, my God. There's something about standing under it, no? The sky looks bigger suddenly. Don't you have that experience? The way it kind of explodes and pours down? It looks so huge. The sky looks huge. As big as the sky looks without the fireworks, somehow to me the experience is like bigger. Maybe where our attention goes, we grow, so we feel bigger. I don't know. Okay. Jai Gurudev.